Time for the last race of the day.
It's time for the big dogs to eat.
Yes.
Feed the animals.
It's time to let the dogs. What is the line from the song? Who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is exciting because, as you might imagine, if in our boys Varsity 4 we had a number of notable D1 and next level recruits, we certainly have that is the case in this event, and we're certainly looking forward to seeing what they have to offer. The crews are being pulled. We've got Plant High in 0, Space Coast in 1, Sarasota in 2, Belen in 3, Orlando area in 4, the Bowles School in 5, Winter Park in 6, and Vero Beach in 7. Expect Sarasota, Belen, and Oars to put out the majority of the boat speed.
It looks like Belen has a bucket in the middle of their boat. I have to verify that.
Yeah, I think I saw that earlier. I think I saw that yesterday. Yes, there's a bucket.
Starboard stroke. So bow and stroke are on the same side, and 4 and 5 are on port side. That's kind of interesting. I think they're the only ones that have that.
Yeah, that's right. 4 and 5 are in the bucket, and well, yeah, I think that's right. We don't see any other buckets, do we? So
this should be really exciting. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Oh well, you say that with some calm. My heart's racing.
Good. If you aren't, you're dead.
Exactly.
All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big race of the day for the men. This is where we're going to see those crews that may have the edge getting ready to go on to Scholastics, may have the edge to go later on here to the Youth Nationals. This is one of the most significant races in the United States today.
That's absolutely true. These boats will go on to Scholastics and to regionals before making their way to the Nationals, but this is definitely a measuring stick for what's happening at the next level. And we've got to start. And you can see how deliberate, but also little by little they pick up their speed. They're not trying to rip the boat into position. They are going to go out, and sure enough, Belen is in a white boat. They're in a new King, departing from their traditional yellow Hudsons, and early on, we have exactly the chevron shape we expected, and we have absolutely the same 3 crews I named earlier on in terms of who was going to be showing up. And sure enough, Sarasota, Belen, and Oars are trading punches in the beginning of this race and are in the leading pack.
Yeah, right now it looks like Belen has the lead, but Sarasota on the outside is starting to really power through. You can see them in the left of these 3 crews right now, and they settled, and Sarasota is starting to walk their way through Belen with Oars dropping back a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, this is a good view we've got now because we're on the opposite side of the course where we're not getting that sun glare. And yeah, Sarasota has a 1-seat lead on Belen at the moment. We are seeing in both these crews, I think, a good amount of control with their slide, control with their intensity level, channeling their power in the right way. And I think what we're looking for is, can these 2 crews, these 3 crews, row within themselves and not try to win the race too early? Joe, why don't we take some stroke rates and see what we got?
Belen is a 37.
Belen at a 37.
Sarasota crew at a 37.
Wow, they are trading stroke for stroke at a 37. There isn't a difference in their stroke rate. These boats are very evenly matched, and you can tell that because they are stroke for stroke, neck and neck right now. I don't know that anyone has, maybe there's a bow ball difference between them at the moment.
Yeah, this is going to come right down to it. And then about a half length down is oars, and they're at a 39, so a little bit smaller crew going a little bit higher, but you can even watch the oars. They're rowing, both going into the catch and coming out of the release exactly together. Maybe Belen is a little bit higher. Oars is, or correction, Sarasota crew might be a little bit lower, but Sarasota crew is holding on to it. It looks like a deck, would you say, Al?
Yeah, it's a half a deck at this point, lane 2 over lane 3, but we're getting into Regatta Island. The sands of Regatta Beach are in their peripheral vision, and that's a signal to all these guys about what's about to happen. This is the Florida State Championship. This is the Varsity 8 race, and so that's what's on the line. And what we're seeing is these boats are just trading punches one after the other. There is less than a deck, less than half a deck. Here comes Belen. They are putting a move on. They have closed the gap. They're about to go even. Lane 3 and lane 2 are literally bow ball to bow ball, and we're coming into the last 20 strokes. Who's got the guts? Who's going to dive in deep? Who's going to drive those legs? Who's going to swing those hips? Who's going to grab the state championship from the throat of their competitor? It is coming down to the wire. We're probably going to see a photo finish. These are two decks trading whack after back, and Belen, I think, has taken it by half a deck.
Time will tell, but very nice call there. And it was almost whose oar was in the water last. They don't know who won yet.
Belen Jesuit at 4:24 with only 0.39, less than 0.4 of a second, the difference between Sarasota and Belen. This is going to be a race that these crews will remember for the rest of their lives. Congratulations to Belen, congratulations to Sarasota. This is why these boys get on the boat and they sacrifice so much time and so much energy. They get to this.
There it is again.
Or this,
watch it right now.
This is the reason, guys. This is the reason they row. They row so they can race this quality race.
3 strokes before, Belen was behind. The last 2 strokes, they surged ahead.
Wow.
It was that close.
Guys, this is a space. This is a sport of inches, and you see these races where they win by lengths and lengths. But I think the reason those of us who love this sport want to race races, we want to race races like that, because those are the kind of races that take everything out of us. Winning easily is fun. We talked about this earlier in the weekend. I had my share of winning races by large margins, but the ones I raced and won by the smallest margins were the most meaningful ones. Over and out.